And we are good to start. What's up? Welcome back to another episode of Just What We Needed, another podcast. It's the end of the year. It is December. I was about to say July. I don't know why I was about to say July. It is December 31st, New Year's Eve, and I wanted to try something a little different. I got tired of holding my phone to my hand. It's like, I'm home. I've got the 2 days off. May as well use it. Let's go ahead and put some effort in towards everything. So let's all hold our heads in silence for those who have to work today. I don't miss working in a grocery store for any holiday. New Year's Eve, New Year's. What's good, Dave? What's good, my man? What is good? I don't miss working in Harris Teeter for New Year's Eve. It's just crazy as hell. Everyone comes in shopping last minute and blames you. And blames you. Oh, that's what's up, man. Oh yeah. Shit. Let's silence. What time do you get off though? That's the real question. What time do you get off of work? And I appreciate you tuning in at work. It means a lot, man. It really does. Decided to go live this time. I wanted some interaction. 5 p.m. 5 ain't bad. 5 ain't bad. Do you have plans after? Are we getting on Tekken after that? Because I'm telling you, the same way I'm about to get into it on this podcast, I'm starting drinks at 5. Now, I do want to get to the topics. I already did the whole New Year's thing with Dave. As soon as 5 o'clock hits. After this, I'm taking a nap. Poly, main Latin. I know that. Contains fluorine, carbohydrate, structure. Okay, gotcha. But I do want to get to the topics. And I went over New Year's with Dave. I'm taking a great nap after this. I'm going to wake up, do something. I don't know, something. But 5 o'clock hits. I might hop back on here and just get drunk off my ass. Because I'm off tomorrow. And I've been going through a lot. So I think I deserve it. I owe it to myself. And the fact that I accidentally bought my bottles at full price rather than splitting it on zip payments, quad pay payments the other day. This how broke I am, bruh. Like, I was at the ABC store. And it came up to like $50 and some change, and I was just like, "Oof, I don't know about that one right now." So what I did was I brought my phone out, so I could, do installments. Yeah, I did installments on the liquor because I'm broke and I'm cheap. So I was gonna do that, but I had to type the price in the app, and I had it too close to the pin pad, and it automatically like used my regular card, and it kind of made me sad. Immediately as soon as I heard ding, I said fuck. I said fuck, bro. Like, whatever. You know what? It's a new year. Let's bring it in right. Let's stop worrying about the money. I think I get paid weekly from this new job. They told me bi-weekly, but I got paid the first week I was there for my full 40 hours. Well, 36. But yeah, it was full amount of hours. I was just like, okay, that's fine with me, to be honest. But that's my plans for New Year's. I want to talk about how, speaking of me being cheap, I paused my therapy. And it's not that I didn't have a choice, but BetterHelp, my therapist, who I've mentioned in previous episodes, she went on break, and basically to keep it a stack, because I'm cheap, I was not going to pay for that week, and so I put my therapy on pause until I think January 31st. Now, why did I do that versus just like January, whatever, like that first Friday, second Friday is? 'Cause I think that's when my payments come out. Because I am honestly looking for another therapist, anyways. Because my therapist, God bless her soul, is just a little too old to understand the problems that I'm going through, and is not funny, but it's funny. Like, how do I explain this? My therapist, she's a much older woman, and basically I'm going through relationship issues, and the person who is my therapist, she has been doing therapy longer than my ex has been alive, right? So I'm just letting you know, like, she's up there. I mean, well, that could be really generic. That's a really general statement. Like, I've been doing therapy longer than you've been alive. That could be just like, I don't know, 25 years, 26. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is she's a little too old to understand my issues. My issues was a whole, let's just say, social media as a whole, right? And so I had to explain to her. She was like, I showed her a picture of like this picture that I liked that started the whole issue, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, you wrong for that. She's sexy. You wrong for liking that picture." I was like, "All right," but she kept saying how when I told her that, she was just like, "Yeah, back in the day, we used to have a word for women like that, it was hoes." And I was just like, "Yeah, we still have hoes out here. Like, hoes everywhere. Hoes are timeless, to be honest with you. Like, they're not going anywhere. They've been here, they'll forever be here, and it's just moved online. So now we unfortunately see more hoes than ever." So I had to explain to her like what an Instagram hoe was, and she just did not understand. She did not compute. So that was the funny part. And then the not funny part was when I tried explaining to her there was a text message that I was sent. What is that? Oh, that's something else. I'm bugging. Yeah, I'm bugging. So there was a text message that was sent to me about something about she asked a question from her single girlfriends. And I had to, and when she said, me and my homegirls were doing this, as a man, we all know misery loves company. And my new rule going forward is if at least two of your girlfriends in your group chat are single, you can't ask me questions from them. That's how I'm moving forward in future relationships. I don't care if you got 50 women, because I'm not talking about percentages. I don't care if you have 50 women in your group chat. Two of them need to have a boyfriend. Two out of 50 need to have a boyfriend, or I'm not answering a goddamn thing from y'all. I promise y'all I'm not. Misery loves company. So when she said, me and my girls was talking about XYZ, I was just like, my initial first response in the text was, bruh. And when I read that back to my therapist, she got it all twisted. She she was like going my therapist was going off on me about, oh, so you calling her bruh. She was like, let's slow down. Why are you calling her bruh? This is your love, your girlfriend. I'm just like, yeah, she was. So like, can I finish what I'm talking about? You're like, no, you're calling her bruh. You're giving her masculine traits. I'm like, no, that's not what bruh is. Like, that's not what bruh means anymore. Like, bruh can be like just a verbal. Bruh is just the new version of, like, I didn't see that is, and I don't even think that the ex would see that as an issue. Like, that's not like, my therapist thinks that I was calling her like a man or a brother or some a homeboy. That's not the case. So I got to switch therapists. Like, the things that I have to explain to her, and then you're not about to just chew me out for nothing for my $65. All right, you're not. That's just not what we're gonna do. I'm not. I will pay the 65 for you to tell me new information about myself that I may have just been too blind or stubborn to see. And I am not above learning something new about myself. But what you're not going to do is explain a completely different situation and then be like, well, we're out of time. Fuck that. No. You give me the 10 extra minutes you took to explain whatever you were talking about. I need 10 extra minutes. What we're not going to do is this shit, right? So, with that being said, again, I chose to pause it longer than what's really necessary, And in that time, like in January, sometime in January, I'm gonna change therapists. I need someone younger who is actually relatable, you know? Because this ain't working. This ain't doing it for me. It's not. I'm sorry. This ain't doing it for me. I love her. She seems so sweet. Oh, and then I even asked her one time. I said, "Excuse me, sorry." I even asked her because basically we were ending on something in one session, and I wanted to ask her something, but we ran out of time, right? So I kept it in my mental till next week. I don't know why I poked my cheek when I was like mental, but I asked her on the very next session at the very start. I said, "Hey," and because I've been dealing with it, not dealing with it, but I've been talking to dudes and I've been seeing things on, social media where it's just like dudes my age. I'm 26, by the way, for anyone who does not know. I've been talking and seeing people like in my generation being like, why is it when you ask an old head, like, what's their secret to their marriage? They be like, you gotta make sacrifices, happy wife, happy life. I'm not sacrificing shit. And I'm gonna get into that on that whole second chances topic. But I asked her what was her idea on happy wife, happy life, right? She gave me a very long-winded explanation, a very long-winded response that did not apply to what I was asking. I don't remember all of what it was. She was explaining the things that make her happy, but that's not really what the happy wife happy life thing means. Like she was talking about what makes her happy. I was very straightforward with what is your take on happy wife happy life. Not once did she ever mention her husband or any like sacrifices or any moments of happiness that you know he had to let go of to keep his wife her happy. And that's another reason. It's like when I ask you certain questions, she's not even really answering them. So I had to pause that and do something else because it's just it wasn't working for me. It really wasn't working. But that's that. I hope I do get someone. I still want someone black. She was just the first person they gave me. I was just like, okay, I know not to do that again. I know to someone younger now. Obviously, they'll be less experienced, but hopefully more experienced in social media because this has been killing my conscience for like a full month. It's been a month and some change, and my mental has been some shit. I did start journaling though. I fucking hate it. I do hate it because, like I was telling my friend on Twitter, journaling was cool at first because I didn't want to keep taking my frustrations out on social media. Social media is what got me into this in the first place. I didn't want to keep taking it out there and it coming off as like subtweets and all that because even though we don't follow each other anymore, we have obviously still been on each other's pages. I'm so tired of Streamlabs fucking me up. That's the second time I had to restart the stream. But look, welcome back, Dave. So I started journaling so I wouldn't be on Twitter venting about everything. Y'all see Krug in the back. I started journaling and like I was telling my friend, I hate it because I hate the frequency of how much I've been journaling. I really fucking hate it. But it's all good. Dave, I need to actually take one of your things. I'm about to steal one of your things. I'm about to get myself a coloring book and just color through it to relax me. Cause the journals, it's like yeah, it's a log. It's cool. It helps get emotions off. Cause as I was um talking into the void until Gal showed up. Appreciate y'all for joining. I do, I do, I do. Um, I didn't. I wanted to take everything off of Twitter. I don't think Twitter is the right space for me to be venting because it's been on my mind for 2 months. Things have gotten a little better, you know. Oh, oh God, no, it's not the right space because like I was. Oh, that's what I was saying. Like we don't follow each other anymore, but we have obviously been on each other's pages because I'll tweet my feelings. And when I'm feeling like, what's going on over here? Like I'll see like a response. So what we talking about? I was just talking about how I paused my therapy session because my therapist wasn't really getting the picture of my issues with my ex, and how like there was a time where we were obviously unfollowing each other and still kind of looking at each other. What sales are you looking out for though, gal? And while you respond, on the topic of second chances, not even referring to me, is just something that I've seen a lot about. Yeah, type it up and I'm gonna get back to you as soon as you got it. It's something I've seen a lot about that has been big with my generation specifically, right? My generation going on like late 30s, early 40s, a lot of people don't want to give people second chances. Friendship wise, relationship wise, a lot of people are just not into the idea of second chances for people. And I'm confused as I'm not confused. I'm not confused as to why, because I get it. Some people are, nah, you get no second chances. I'm like that with certain things. But even when it has happened to me, and they, if they apologize, then yeah, I'll give you a second chance. But my generation is very fixated on no second chances. And like, what do y'all think about it? Because, and again, this isn't like relationship or anything. It's just, why do people feel like there's no reason? I get it. A lot of people are in this whole. I still think it's a social media thing. It's like a poison that has people in their mind like, you are, you are not perfect, but you're damn near perfect in every way. Don't let people play with you. Don't let them. And it's like it's good advice, but second chances, I don't know how to explain it. I just say that I believe in second chances. If someone, you know formally apologizes, and what is it, like, you can tell that they mean it, and everything that hurts you in the first place, they say they want to at least try again. And you know what's the saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Most of the things need to stop being social media needs to stop being the moral baseline. Correct, right? Because everyone has different experiences, communities, etc. Nah, and that's facts. Like, there was something I saw the other day, right? I'm gonna bring it up. I have it bookmarked, and I just responded meh to it because it is way too like social media. Like, that is such a social media hatred post that someone would make. Persona 3 Reloaded. Never played Persona, but it looks interesting. I'm just not into like RPGs. Star Ocean. I was thinking of Fantasy Star Online. To Die console edition. Maybe Chronicles. Oh, so you're really big on RPGs. I'm just a fighting game guy and Sonic. That's it. Persona 5 Royal, and those are all one-offs. Now let's move to the pre-orders. Only thing I'm pre-ordering is Bleach. That's it. That's all I want. Bleach and City of the Wolves, right? But let's see. Okay, so here's the thing. Going back to what I was saying, when I saw this post on social media, it says, "You are good enough. You always have been." My response to that was, meh. And not that I don't feel confident in myself, but to say you always have been implies that there was never any work needed on you, in my opinion. To say you always have been implies that you were good from jump at all times, and you're still just the same person. Like, you're still that same, like, kind of not happy person, but still like there's been no change whatsoever. You are good enough. You always have been. No, people need to work on themselves. That's not saying that you can never get there, but to say you've always been there is interesting to me. It's very intriguing to me because it that falls into what I was saying of how social media has given especially my generation this, it's almost like a sense of entitlement, but it's not. It's like an emotional entitlement. Now, here's the thing I agree with. After a certain age, your meter tolerance lowers based on the experiences of the emotional field someone has. So, for second chances, for some say no, but it needs to be a threshold of when and where to apply. After a while, you have to be able to read authenticity versus bullshit. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I think no, my therapist didn't tell me this. This woman who I was on a podcast with, she actually said that to me on her podcast. As she was like, I'm in my 50s. I don't give a fuck no more. So I get that. And maybe there is a divide between like me being my age and how I was raised. Because like, Dave, I'm a straight lover, bro. Like, I'm a straight lover. If you come correct in your apology and you know what you're apologizing for, I'm gonna give you a second chance. I've done it twice. At the moment, it would be Pirates, Yakuza, Monster Hunter Wilds, maybe Fatal Fury. This is at present off the top of my head. I'm trading in Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat for Fatal Fury. I don't even care if I'm ass at it. I'll get good. But fuck it. Now, what I don't agree with is automatically writing someone off. You can smell the authenticity, but what's killing everyone is pride. Yes! The pride is killing everything. Everyone's pride. And that's what I think I mean when I was saying how that it's giving people this emotional entitlement. That's not really the word I was looking for. It's that pride you were saying, because I get it. Hold on to your pride, but there's some things you gotta let go. It's some shit you gotta let go of. And sorry, it was looking like I had like a earring or something, but it was just my hair. Well, the shadow. We just need you to go on a magical journey in an RPG. Just dip the toe. You have to find one. Here's the thing. I would play a Final Fantasy that's like action based. I don't want to play the turn based ones. Everyone is shamed to lower arms versus everyone wants to hear bare arms, or these niggas ain't about to play me, which is part of survival, and I get it. Yeah, like I get Final Fantasy 16. Is that the one with Clive in it? Yeah, I definitely 16. Yeah. Um, everyone is shamed. These niggas ain't about to play me. Yeah, like I totally get it, and that's more so I feel in the space of writing things off, especially. But how do you expect a genuine connections if you don't talk through things? Ain't that the fucking phrase of? Let me stop. But yeah, but what I had to learn is you have to pick and choose your battles. So Dave, going back to what I was saying earlier, well, no. It doesn't really apply there. I was talking about how I need to change therapists because when I asked her what she thought about the saying "happy wife, happy life," she really only named, and she said she's been doing therapy for over 35 years. She's an older woman, like she's old enough to be my grandmother. I don't know her actual like age, but when I asked her that, she didn't give me any response on that. She gave me a response to the happy wife. She was like, "These are the things that make me happy," and and blah 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 blah, and I love this, and I do this, and all that. But she never mentioned anything about what the phrase is actually about, like a man having to, like give up and pick his battles with stuff. Clearly, I picked my battle way too fucking early and over something stupid, and that shit ended. But she didn't really give me anything, and that's what I was kind of. She was giving an example. She was giving you an example of listening. What do you mean? And no, like she never mentioned her husband. She never said like, yeah, he's giving up some things or he has to lose about. You got to read in between the lines of literalness. Nah, bro, you gotta be literal with me, bro. I'm dumb as hell. Like you gotta. No, tell me why is there never a conversation of equally yoked? It's always one sided combo in most cases. Yeah, it feels like that for men, right? That's what I've learned throughout this whole experience. I picked the wrong battle and I picked it way too early. And yeah, it's never just equal, but it's like someone has to. I hate this saying the thought, not the saying. I hate the thought that one person has to be happier than the other in a relationship for it to work. I don't like that at all. Now, with men and women, you got to read their emotional temperature. I get you. But I'm saying like she never said like anything regarding like she's the happy wife, right? She's the happy wife, so she doesn't give a fuck. She's she's the wife, so she doesn't care about the happy life, right? She has it. She has it in both. She didn't respond to what that actually means, which is another reason why I gotta switch therapists. Because she also doesn't know what an Instagram hoe is. She also never mind, because it's gonna get back into that. So just know, yeah. But back onto second chances. I do hate that my generation is just like really, really no second chances. I learned you got to create emotional safe space for them and to be happy enough to have a voice because who knows what they've been through in the past. Yeah, I know. I heard that in therapy too, and you are absolutely correct. And it's just something. Yeah, that lesson has been learned over here, and I want to be able to do a better job in the future. There are at least texts, you know. There are at least texts like, hey, there's that. We got that. We're getting there. Oh, but at the same time, it should be the same for us. As yeah, it should. That gets missed in translation, as it should. In happy wife, happy life, it's always my wife gets what she wants, therefore I'm happy. So, but if you standing on your ones about an opinion with your friend partner, fuck that. You gotta say this one ain't worth it. Yeah, totally agreed with you there. I just shows battles poorly. Hey Kruger. That comes in time. The world rolls on reciprocation. It does. Which is why I was saying I hate the idea that one person has to love another more than the other for a happy relationship. Why couldn't it be both? That's stupid. But I want to get on a lighter topic because I'm hot as hell. Like these LEDs got me burning up. So what I want to do with y'all, right? Like I'm burning up. What I want to do is something I've always wanted to do, but just never did. I wanted to do this back when I was seeing a woman who was actually a therapist. She was older as well. She was like 35 when I was. I think was this like a year. I don't fucking know, but I wanted to go on Reddit and just like kind of like bullshit around and just do advice, right? So that's what I'm about to do. Give me 1 second. We're gonna look at some advice and we are going to try and give them advice, whether it be serious or not. I've always wanted to do that. A lot of men in general have the general consensus to never speak on their feelings because it's like you can't trust the one you with. It's also why we need to have a group of fellas that just understand. Absolutely, like, and I think we obviously have that a group of guys who understands like the pains and issues of doing that, like, you take your shit from the missus, but then your guys are there to help boost you back up, and of course, but you gotta be careful. Yeah, wait, why you gotta be careful with the guys? Well, yeah, still, yeah, like you get into it with the missus, and then the cherry pick the fellas you talk to. Yeah, you do. Let's see. Hmm. All right, let's do this one. I'm just gonna read it. All right, let me do the studio mode real quick. Let's see. Some are biased, some are projecting what they're going through, some are pillow talking. Hell yeah, we're true. Because some dudes truly be hoes and be running their mouth. I get what Dave said, and my LED light just went out. Shit. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get on a lighter topic and see what's up with this person needing uh what is it? This advice. Y'all ready? All right, here's the first one we're gonna do. Why am I so unlikable? All right. This is kind of a trauma dump, and I apologize, but why am I so unlikable? I'm a 14-year-old girl, and we're already great start. And over the years, people just don't like me. I've really tried to make friends and to be myself, and I've had people come up to tell me blank doesn't like me. Real quick, let me no, let's finish first. This made me antisocial, understandable. I distance myself from people so much that I don't have any friends. I've never really had any friends, qu- but yet if I'm quiet or I'm trying to be myself around people, just don't like me anyways. A couple years ago, I had two girls come up to me saying that I'll never be good enough out of nowhere. Goddamn. This really sucks as no matter what I do, I don't have anybody to rely on, and that really takes a toll on my mental health. I could not exist and people would still hate me. Why is this happening to me? It's like I'm just some disgusting monster with no worth in everybody's eyes when I'm really trying to be social, but I can't do it anymore. God damn. Shit. Woo. That is mm, that's a toughie. I picked the wrong one to start out with. Shit. So let's yeah, man, that's a lot. I had to stop a few times. So it is from a 14-year-old too. Um, so I wanna go back to the very start where she said, "I've had people come up to me to tell me blank doesn't like me." For a 14-year-old girl, I'm trying to remember what it was like back in high school, in middle school, because I wasn't. Here's the thing: I wasn't unliked, but I was antisocial, which can lead to you being unliked. But at the same time, we do have to remember that these are kids, right? These are chitrons. So what they're feeling, obviously we know it's going to be temporary. Obviously we know you'll make more friends later in life, either through work or your hobbies. However, I will say it's hard for people to make friends and hobbies if you don't have hobbies, if you're antisocial. Luckily, I had fighting games and I had online to where, I at least had mics and all that. And then the community is built up over the internet. But depending on what this person's hobbies are, it might be harder for them. Um, Obviously, best advice is, ignore them. But it's hard to ignore because they even said, like, people come up to me and tell me, like, I don't even know them out the blue. Like, they will tell me, hey, this person don't like you. But you can still say, like, or understand that that person, you don't know that person. Why don't they like? I don't even know them. Me personally, at 26, I have people who I don't even speak to that don't like me. I'm just like, fuck it. These games hugged the shit out of me for years before I started to be able to properly convey how I felt. Nah, I feel that. The thing with me was that I just got tired of it. I just got tired of being home. I got tired of like just staring at playing my games. I got tired of my friends being like, "Hey, you want to get out of here? You want to do this?" I got tired of it. I forced myself, and not everyone can do that, and I'm fully aware. But I forced myself to get out. I literally forced myself to get out, go downtown, speak to people, even at bars in which I try to tell my antisocial friends or my friends with anxiety. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You go to a bar, you ask if the seat is taken, you sit down, you order food, you ask the person next to you. No, don't even order the food, Jay. You ask the person next to you, do you come here often? What do you recommend? Start a conversation from that. But we're not on that. We're on this 14-year-old girl who doesn't know why she's so unlikable. Maybe she stinks. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's in parentheses. Hey, that girl don't like you because you stink. But no, on some real shit, like it's definitely hard at a younger age to even understand why people are feeling the way that they feel. But you definitely just have to. She'll get over it. She'll get past it. She'll move past it. And it's just it's hard because she's saying that she's trying, but it looks like she's giving up. Let me go back. A couple years ago, I had two girls come up to me saying that I'll never be good enough out of nowhere. This really sucks. No matter what I do, I don't have anybody to rely on. What would be my suggestion? This is like something I'm gonna have to answer as a father one day. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully everyone loves my daughter. Not that much, but I don't know, man. It's tough. Like, hmm, she just Bro, that's rough. I really don't have much advice for her, but to get through it, and you just gotta find that click. You gotta find whoever appreciates you for you and just hold on to them. Now, don't make them the center of your world, but truly value and appreciate that. Because, like Dave was saying earlier, you don't know what people are going through. This girl right here is really going through it. And I at least had friend groups. I was antisocial, but I still had the friend groups. But she's looking for one, and she needs to really just be herself. I believe someone will come around because you're 14. You still have group projects, all right? Someone will come around that you click with and y'all want to be friends, get each other's numbers, do whatever, and just value that person. And hopefully, because things change over time, people grow, people uh, drift apart, whatever. Hopefully, it at least blossoms into other friendships. In college, I had a friend who was very outgoing and put me onto an entire friend group. I'm still cool with this friend group, like, well, most of them. Um, she put me onto an entire friend group. I'm still cool with like one of the dudes, one of the girls who were dating, and then the girl that I was still cool with. She put me on to a Discord and met so many other people. Like it's shit like that. Like yeah, and the initial person who I'm saying that like put me onto that whole friend group, most of them don't like her. Most of them do not like her anymore because she turned out to be like super fucking selfish and was just like one of those people where like it's not my fault, or it's my way or the highway. If you don't do this, I'm gone. Like no one fucking liked her. So that friend group just fucking abolished, fizzled, it's gone, it's done so. But from that friend group, I made a bigger friend group. So you just have to appreciate and value the people that go where you're wanted, little 14-year-old girl. You go where you're wanted. That is my advice. It's gonna be lonely for a time. It is because I had the friend group, but I was antisocial, so I felt lonely. But that was only like really in my head. My niggas tried to get me out, even from like high school and college. My niggas tried to get me out to places, and I was the one to be like, no, I'm good. And I still felt lonely, but I knew like I had friends. It sounds to me like she's going to have a lonely road, but that's why more than ever she needs to hold on to whoever, whatever comes in her life until that shit just runs dry. Like that's it. Ever been to a Spanish club? No, I don't do foreign languages. Or are you talking about like an actual Spanish club, like downtown type shit? I was still in the mindset of I'm talking to this 14-year-old girl, and you were like a Spanish club. I just like no. I don't think she should do a Spanish club. I mean, why throw yourself out there like that? But yeah, I actually went. No, here's the thing, gal. I went to one just last month because my friend was trying to help me get over everything. And I actually posted it on Twitter. I posted it on Twitter that I had gone to this Spanish club and I was dancing there with my friend. I actually have the video real quick. Let's see. Yeah, like I actually have, and they were trying to teach me how to salsa or whatever, and it was dope. So yes, I have been to a Spanish club. But let's go on to the next advice. Hopefully, it won't be so damn depressing. I thought I was gonna be able to get some shits and giggles off, but oh my god, you feel me? You see me? You see me, right? I was going crazy. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do that. Doesn't want to. What? Okay, okay. Let's see what this is. How do I teach myself to sit on a chair? It sounds weird, but I genuinely need help for this. For my entire life, and I don't know why, I can't sit properly. I'm incredibly restless, and I always need both feet on the chair, or at least one. So he sits like that nigga from Death Note, it sounds like. I sit on a chair as if I were sitting on the floor. Sitting normally is incredibly painful to me, and if I don't move my legs around or sit in a certain way, I can't stand it. However, I really need to learn how to sit properly. Is there anything that can force me to sit with both of my feet squarely on the ground at all times instead of constantly shifting my sitting position? Please help me out, as this has been a huge issue for most of my life and has only gotten worse as I become an adult. It's embarrassing, in my opinion. So the comments say if you're experiencing physical pain, sitting in certain positions, you need to see a doctor. Yeah, that's good advice too. However, I will say this, right? I can't go. I fear I'm gonna be talked into marriage. I thought you were about to say talked down too. This nigga said I'm afraid I'm gonna get talked into marriage. I don't want to be known as the $2 hoe who gotta tell the future kids their mom tricked me into it. That's insane. It's going to the Spanish club, gal. Like you're afraid, like you're going to meet like one of the women there. You like, are you afraid of the Latinas? Is that what it is? Is that your thing? Is that like you need the Latinas? You're threatened by the Latinas, bro. Go ahead and do it. Just do it. Fuck it. Like I said, you gotta force yourself. Just do it, bro. You gotta force yourself out of there. You gotta force yourself into happiness. That's what you gotta do. That's what I meant to say earlier. Like, what forced me to actually get out and do shit was when I was walking around the house one day, and this is when I was still doing DoorDash, just like my main job. And so I would eat a bunch of fast food. So I got a serious gut, right? And who finna be happy, me or them? Both of y'all, shit. But I had a serious gut, and so I would walk around the house. I'd be like, "Damn, I got a gut. Damn, I got a gut." Be a new day. Damn, I got a gut. One day, I woke up. I said it to myself. I was like, "Damn, I got a gut," and I was just like, "Shut up!" Like, am I really just gonna be talking about this the entire time? Like, that's it. Like, that's no. I gotta. You gotta be the change you want to see. So I had to force myself to do it. But back to this person's advice. How do I teach myself to sit on a chair? As they say, you need to see a doctor because it's painful. It's the fact that he said that it's painful, not just like it's weird, it's uncomfortable, it's painful. So go see a doctor. And then on top of that, I somewhat need help with this myself because I keep crossing my ankles. It started when it first got cold outside, right? I would keep my ankle like over the other. Obviously, you can't see it, but I just did it. I would keep one ankle over the other, and then like I would keep one ankle over the other because like it helped me feel warm. But now I can't stop doing it, and I want to stop because now it feels like almost feminine, but I just cannot stop doing it. Like I have to mentally be like, "Yo, you're doing it right now." So that's also some advice for this person, but at the same time, they're saying that it hurts. It doesn't hurt me to uncross my legs. Well, uncross my ankles, I'll say that. Um it's hurting them. So they definitely want to go see a doctor, maybe some physical therapy. It sounds like something's going on with your tailbone, buddy, because if you're sitting crisscross applesauce in your chair as a grown adult, you're the person that they make like I'm not trying to talk down on him. I'm just saying like that's the person that people make the whole, oh, he's autistic, don't stop bullying him, he's autistic, and it's just a nigga who like whose ass hurts. Like that's it. I don't. Mm-mm. All right, I'm gonna do another advice. Let's see here. See what we got. A masculine lesbian. Okay. All right, let's do this one. I hate when people downvote stuff like this because it seems like people are asking for genuine questions. Hello, melaninaceous. I mentioned you on the podcast earlier. I mentioned you. I mentioned you. And here you are. Appreciate you joining us. Tencent. I had trauma just now. What is Tencent? They buying up all the games and putting microtransactions in there. Man, every game has microtransactions now. It's just the world we living in. I don't even give a shit no more. Every game's gonna have them. Even when Tekken announced their pass, I know I was like, we're gonna have to spend more money than we like logistically have to, right? Really? And yeah, yes, I mentioned you earlier because I was reading the last advice piece, and I was basically saying how you need to find friend groups, and like if you, even if you meet one person, hold on to that person as long as you can, be genuine, and maybe it'll sprout into a friend group. And I was relating it back to when I met Shay in college, to where no, I met this other girl in college. She introduced me to Shay, and everybody else, like 10 other people in that whole group. And they were doing that like week one. Oh yeah, they said they were in like a group me before everything, right? So I was saying how I met her, who introduced me to Shay, and then obviously Shay, and that friend just staying there. I don't know what this was. Staying there, like that friend group is obviously no more. I don't know if Shay ever talked about it, but that friend group is no more. But I'm still cool with Shay, who put me on to y'all. So that's what I was saying. Like she needs to just be as genuine, be her, be genuine as possible. Hopefully, a friend group like spawns from it. Shut your ass. My forever. Yeah, yeah. But I want to start this one. We're on the new topic of, and you of course can give your advice as well. But we got this new topic here. Let's see what it is. I am a 37-year-old incel and don't want to be one anymore. Hello, everyone. As you can see from the title, blah blah blah. I'm an incel. I use the term incel in the literal sense. I would like to have romantic and sexual experiences, but have not been able to have them so far. Although I am almost 40, I have never kissed a woman, never had sex, never been in a relationship. I wouldn't describe myself as a particularly misogynistic. I'm gonna come back to that. At least not more misogynistic than the average society, unfortunately, still is. Off rip, he's already over explaining. You don't have to like it's like when people tell you like a good person doesn't have to tell you that they're a good person. The fact that you had to mention I'm not like that, and then he didn't even say I'm not misogynistic. He said particularly misogynistic, which I mean, if you're a man, there's bound to be a little bit in there, so you don't have to explain that. So that already is kind of a red flag. I hope that you can give me a few tips or at least a little bit of support. Let's see. Wait. Okay, no, wait a damn minute. He wouldn't get no pussy from me. Hold on, we gotta finish. And I don't even know if y'all see a better picture. Cause it's a little blurry, obviously, because I had to shrink it. So I'm going back and forth. So give me give me 1 second. My childhood was actually relatively good. I grew up in a middle class part of a large Western European city with 3 sisters. I got good grades in high school and then went to university. After that, he's already like over explaining things too much. After I lived in blah, 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 and now I live in the United States where I work as a scientist. Okay, Sure, look, them girls. What's me and Seb be talking about? Them girls on Black would love him. Them girls on them on the fucking them little street videos where they be like, "How much a man need to make a year?" They would love him. My hobbies have always been more sporty. When I was young, I played a lot of soccer, but now I like climbing. I also do yoga and go to the gym a few times. I go skiing and windsurfing. I read a lot and I like cooking and arts. In the last 10 years, I've usually attended some kind of course a few times a year, cooking classes, language courses. So he's active. He's doing shit. Let's see. It has never been a problem for me to meet. He has meet in quotes, i.e., being around. That's not meeting women, nigga. that's not. That's not meeting. That's not meeting women. Like, mm, well, depending on how you phrase it. Like, I don't like how I read it. I don't like how I read it. Because obviously you can meet women through the friend groups. Hell, just at Winston, I would meet like three women from meeting one person. Like my friend Erica, I met all her roommates at the same time because most girls on Winston's campus roll like three deep at a time. You meet one person, you meet three others. So I just don't like how it was phrased. I don't like how he quoted it. I don't like his explanation of the quote. My university courses were about 70% female, and there are a lot of women in like nursing, and it is no different at work. And I also meet a lot of women in my free time. My circle of friends is about 50-50, but it never worked out. It never seemed to me that anyone was romantically or sexually interested in me, and whenever I showed interest, it was not reciprocated. You don't like how you read it? Shut your ass up. I think the biggest problem is that I'm relatively introverted. Yeah, that'll do it. I generally have no problem talking to people. That just takes courage. I feel it. And I'm not particularly charismatic, eloquent, or funny. Ooh, not being funny. Yeah, you can drop some panties just being funny. I've done it. I would say my social skills are rather below average. In particular, I tend to be pretty slow-witted, especially in English, which is my first native language. If you have any further questions, let me know. I'm excited to hear your perspective. I don't like how this got downvoted. I'm gonna give him an upvote. I just don't like how it got downvoted because it's someone asking for help and like trying for his best, and someone out there is just like, "Fuck this guy." It was you. It was you, Melaninacious. You were just like, "Fuck this guy." You were probably the one to downvote it. You immediately said, "Oh, he ain't getting no pussy from me." Why do you say he needs therapy though? And I'm only asking because I'm only asking why you say he needs therapy because he's active, right? Obviously, he does have some issues like with himself. Like he's shy, he's introverted. He got no personality and hasn't explored enough of himself. He's gonna be like, "Hey, stone face." And to be fair, that's probably how it is. That's probably how it is. It sounds like he does a lot, but he doesn't have much personality. He said like he's not charismatic, he's not funny. So it's like talking to him would just be like stating fun facts. Maybe that's the other way he needs therapy. He has no social skills. Okay, but do you really develop social skills in therapy? Because that's just one person. Okay. You know what? Let me before y'all get on me, right? Again, like I was telling Gal, I forced myself to I wouldn't call myself extroverted, but I forced myself to not be introverted. Like it didn't take anyone but me to get out and be like, and obviously to each their own, but for me, I just got out on my own and was just like, nah, I need to go talk to some people. Like baby steps. He needs to take baby steps in order to meet these people because I've gotten a few numbers. I've had my relations with people just off of like baby steps that led to more. It sounds like he's definitely overthinking it. What's the old saying? If you can make her giggle, you can make that ass jiggle. I mean, yeah, it's some truth to it. Like sometimes that's all you need. Shit. Therapy gives you the tools to deal with situations and cope. You do in fact need those things if you can't just go out and meet folks. But he says he has though. He says he's gone out, he's met women through whatever means, he's met them. So it's more of like I feel he needs to just build on top of it. I think someone in the comments was like therapy. But me personally, before you start throwing money at a therapist to tell you the same shit, it's like just take it easy, be cool, meet people through your hobbies because it'll expand on that. It doesn't sound like he met anyone through those hobbies. Like he said he was what hiking and yeah, he reads a lot, right? He's skiing. You don't need a second person for skiing. Windsurfing. You don't need a second person. Cooking. You can maybe do cooking classes, okay? Arts. You can do sipping paints maybe. But and like in the last 10 years, I have usually attended some kind of course a few times a year. Cooking classes, language courses, dance classes. Like who is he dancing with? Oil painting, drawings. Okay, so he is going out, but he's just not. It sounds like he's just not speaking up. Me getting terrible like, yeah, bro, just go up and ask her for a crumb coochie. Shut up, guy. If he's 40, you're right. I did forget. He is hitting 40 and hasn't figured this out yet. He needs extensive assistance. Therapy isn't always negative, but something about him is turning people off. Ain't no way he ain't met anybody yet. I did. You know what? You have a point. You have a point because you say you had to remind me that this person is 40. I'm thinking someone closer, like, yeah, you got a point. Therapy could help. It's always shut up whenever I feel that because I don't. I'm not giving people that type of advice. Like, hey, yo, you see that girl over there? Go ask for some coochie. Go ask her to drop it low for you real quick. See what she do. Shit, who knows? She might do it. Shit, nigga, it's a bar. Shit happens at bars. I met a woman at a bar for the first time one time, and she was. I remember her going, feeling my locks, just going all through my shit. And I'll never forget what she told me. She was just like, "Oh, feeling through this hair, making me wet." I said, "Huh?" You literally never know at those types of things, bruh. She was fun, but you never know. You just never know. So this person said, focus inward, self-improvement. People are typically attracted to people who try. So proper diet and exercise, proper hygiene, well-fitting clothes, a good attitude, a sense of humor, which he lacks, confidence, which he lacks, a desire. It's like the desire is there, but it's kind of aimless. The relationship is a side effect of your efforts to improve, not a goal in and of itself. Framing it this way will not only put you on the right path, it'll help you feel better in the now. That is true. That is very true. Like it comes up as like, you know, people see what you're going for. My ex told me, she like you gotta pour into yourself. Women can tell when you don't love yourself. Yeah, my ex told me like one of the things that she liked about me was just like how goal driven I was for like my goals. Obviously not when I'm at work. I'm the laziest bitch there. Like I'm not doing shit if my manager asked me to do something. Like when I had to be like the standing manager because they didn't give me the fucking promotion, but they gave the other person the promotion and he was only there for 2 months, whatever. Like when it was just me and my managers would ask me to do some shit, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I did not do it. I did not do it. I did not feel like it. I just no. Like we would have a box come in and be like, "Do not open until blank 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 for managers only." I'm like, well, we don't have a manager. They're like, "Don't open till the 31st." 31st comes. I ain't no fucking manager, nigga. I ain't opening this shit. I'll wait till you come and do this. Sure, they don't pay me for this. They don't. But when it came to my personal goals, like, yeah, I'm suffering over here because I want to do XYZ. I want to get this show. I want to, get into a place. I'm already in those steps. I'm moving forward. I want to stream more. I'm doing that. My ex was like, that was one of the turn on. So definitely pouring into yourself will help. Kruger would like to make an appearance, you guys. Come here. Hey, Krugy. But yeah, pouring into yourself, you can just tell. So that's. I'm gonna do one more, and then Kruger's gonna take a nap. Yes, yes. I'm gonna do one more, right? And then I gotta chop this up and do some editing, and then I gotta reach out to Dave. I asked my ex for a crumble cooch, and she gave it up, But in return, she would tell me I'm easy, that I hop out my clothes easy, and I give it up for a biggie bag from Wendy. It's like, why I gotta be all that? God damn. What did she do that for? Also, like, yeah, I just reread that. What is that crazy ass gaslighting? She was like, "You're easy." You asked for a crumb of coochie, she gave it up and said, "You're easy." What do niggas be saying on Twitter? What do we need to make things hard for? Like, what? What do we need to do that for? That's dumb. So let's see. Let's do one more. Um, so many of these have dislikes. Like. So many of these have downvotes, and I don't like that. Like it feels really judgy. Like for a place that's asking for advice, it feels like people are really judgy about this shit. And it's not like they're terrible questions to ask. It's just like, uh, my best friend, huh? Let's see. Okay, let's do this one. This is possibly interesting from one of my female best friends and never let it go. I'm crying. All right, let's try this one. Slightly interesting. Is it a green flag if we don't text at all, only to make plans? We basically really only talk when we see each other. First started seeing him, by the way. I mean, if that I don't like this one, I'll do another one. But like, yeah, if that's what works, if there has been no issue of you don't text me enough, you don't call me enough, you don't make plans enough, because obviously they're just making plans and following through. If when it gets to a point where someone's not following through, then it'll be fine. But this right here, I mean, it sounds like a green flag. It to me, it sounds like a green flag because that's how you're choosing to pursue your relationship or handle your relationship. It sounds green to me. But what do you guys think? Oh, basically, someone was asking if it was a green flag if her and that person, like, they don't text at all or call or anything unless they're making plans. Otherwise, they just see each other out in real life, like on the date that they plan. That's it. Give me 1 second. They're an in-person type of communicator. They really don't do text or calls. Yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like, yeah, it's a green flag. If that's how you and your boo like do your relationship, like y'all aren't down each other's throats about I need more communication. If y'all seem like everything's good, then there's no issue. There's no problem. There's nothing to worry about. Only if it starts to become like, hey, we should talk more. I think we should talk more. I would like to talk to you before I go to bed or something like that. Like then yeah, you should probably uh start seeing it as a red flag. But as it stands, no, not really. All right, so should I call him back? I need advice. Basically, we dated for a year back in 2022. It was really casual. We were never together. Yeah. And realized that we were better off as friends, so stayed really close friends. Best friends, you could say. While we dated, kissed, but never did anything more intimate because we both were scared of ruining our friendship. Okay. At the end of September, he started acting really distant, so I kept calling him out, asking if he was okay. And he would just say he was busy and barely even try to initiate a conversation with me. Already, it sounds like he's not happy. Like, You're saying we dated and we kissed. We didn't do anything, but we kept it casual. We didn't want to ruin the friendship. Like, you're already kind of putting him at arm's length, whether you want not to admit it, but whether you know it or not, you're already putting him at arm's length. You're putting him in this box, just like, yeah, we can, just like, yeah, we can date and we can kiss, but I don't want to do any type of sex because it's gonna ruin our friendship. Like, you're dating. That friendship is it's not that it's non-existent, but we've ruled out friendship. We're dating. We've ruled out friendship. So you're all it's like it's more pressure on him to see what he can and can't do, and it just might be too many limitations. A month ago, he admitted he recently started seeing someone, and we can't hang out anymore since he was off rip. Why is it admitted? They dated for a year in 2022. It didn't work out. So why use the phrase he admitted? He told me recently. Because y'all aren't dating. Y'all are just friends, clearly. He admitted recently, started seeing someone, and we can't hang out anymore since he was in a relationship. He made it clear that we're still close friends, and if I ever needed anything, I can always reach out. Okay, makes sense to me on my end. I told him I'm not angry and asked if we could talk. Didn't hear back for 2 days. Then I sent a voice note to make sure he knows I'm not upset by the entire situation, and I just wanted to talk. Again, he never responded. It sounds like he's holding down his end of his deal with the girl. Wait, I'm sorry. I missed all of that because I am trying to read this shit off of Chrome instead of OBS, so I'm missing everyone's messages. I mean, at least she ain't trying to choke you and telling you to shut up because she didn't like what you said. Yeah, when you read this just now, a story for another time. Wait, what did I what did I read that it's a story for another time? But the and melanin, what don't ask just nod. Oh, story for another time. Sorry for another time. What are you saying? Like, the answer is always no. What were you saying that to? I'm gonna keep reading and I'm gonna come back to what were you saying? The answer is always no. Um, let's see. Send him a voice note. Make sure he knows I'm not upset by the entire situation. He never responded. I originally thought I was blocked, but I wasn't. It sounds to me like he's just taking extra precautions to make sure this woman feels like there's no other person, because he's very serious with her, serious enough to reach out to you, someone who he had been with, to be like, hey, I'm seeing someone. So okay, it's like, to me, it's so far so good. Christmas Eve, I ended up seeing his old childhood friend working near me, so I messaged him. Guess who I saw? Wait, let me read that again because I read it, but I blanked out. I didn't retain any of that. Christmas Eve, I ended up seeing his old childhood friend working near me. So I messaged him, the boy, saying, guess what I saw? Surprisingly, got a response Christmas morning saying, hope all is well. Who did you see? I told him his friend, and later got a call from him that I missed due to a family dinner. The following day, I apologized and said I was having dinner with my family, and he just asked if I was sure his friend was working there. Dismissed the fact that it was Christmas, or even asked about me, and has been silent since. Do you think that this was his way of reaching out to me, or did he only want to find out about his friend? He only wanted to find out about his friend. A part of me wants to believe that he's opening a line of communication, so I don't think he would have called if he didn't want to talk. But I'm not sure if I'm just being delusional. He's been quiet since. Anytime asked, should I call him? Oh, you're talking about the topic. Hey, man. Shit, nigga, it's New Year's. I might do the goddamn same. I wanted to return the call because you see how he did this shit on the holidays, right? Or she did it on the holidays, right? Like, I ain't getting no Merry Christmas. It be them holidays, boy. Them holidays. You gotta try. I wanted to return the call, but I've been scared of being ignored again, so I've been holding back. Also nervous about the outcome because I don't want to make things worse. Also scared of confrontation after how he's been treating me over the past few weeks. I guess I see this as my chance to make things better or worse. So any advice would help. Off rip. For this one, I believe it's a pride thing, sadly, going through something similar, and both of us are too stubborn to talk about it. Are you talking about the story or what you were referring to earlier when you were just like another story for another time? With her, I feel like the story, okay, yeah. So with her, I feel, how do I explain this? Because I understand what he's doing. He he may have mentioned to the other girl, like his new girl, right? His new girl, and it's about to be 2025. She said they dated for a year back in 2022, right? But they're close friends. But she also kept that friend from getting too close to be in a relationship. So I get it. You have this new girl, and yeah, this is my best friend. Oh, exactly, exactly. Close friends, my ass, right? Close friends, my ass, because that's just how women be treating us sometimes. Be like, oh, close friend, really? Tell me more about your best friend. Don't let her be attractive either. Don't let your best friend be a bad bitch. So it sounds to me, and I'm just throwing rocks and shit, throwing out ideas, just spitballing, that he told the new girl that, I have this friend, but nothing, no relationship, because it doesn't sound like there was one. It sounded like they dated and it just didn't work, and there was no real relationship, because she was like, "Oh, I know you're too close. You're too close. We can't do this. We can't have sex or anything, or like there was nothing." It's like y'all went on dates, but with our generation now, you can call them shits friend dates and be like, my friend does that all the time. I be telling her to stop that shit. Like, don't even call it a friend date. We're going out to eat. Don't call it a friend date. I ain't your mother. She friends on me, but mad because her friend is in my zone. Yeah, like, but it sounds like he's super serious about it, right? Because some people will say, "Hey, you don't have to worry about this shit," because that's how cheating happens. It's like, you don't have to worry about this shit. She in the past, blah blah blah, and you're still hitting her up, which now makes the new girl suspicious and heartbroken and all of that. It sounds like he's taking this new girl super seriously, and again, seriously enough to where it comes back to you being like, "Hey, new girl in my life, we had what we had. I want you to be aware." Not to rub it in your face, but to know that, anything in the past is done. That is what it is. But it sounds like she's really more so stuck on him in a manner that's not appropriate. And when I say not appropriate, I mean, he told you what it was. It can't be any more than what he told you, from what it sounds like, because obviously it could be more, but it doesn't sound like it sounds like he's very serious about this girl, and you're upset that you can't reach out to your friend, which, to be fair, is kind of some bullshit sometimes when it comes to relationships. Like, oh, because you got a girlfriend now, you can't talk to me. She's known you 1 month, I've known you 10 years, but now you can't talk to me. Okay, so I get that side, but she's talking about something, you didn't even wish me a Merry Christmas, and I'm trying to do XYZ, I'm trying to reach out. He told you not to. Not in those words, but he's like, hey, new girl, don't fuck this up for me. Like, that's what hey, I got a new girl implies for, like, any women listening. Like, it's, hey, new girl, like, don't text me after like no 10 o'clock type shit, like, hey, don't sweetie pie me, don't do none of this, new girl, I need you to understand that this is, I'm serious. So it sounds like she doesn't want to let go of her friend, but she needs to because he wants it to work, and she needs to respect that. Like, she keeps reaching out. I'm sorry, I paused there because like me saying this is just like clicking back in my own life, so it's like fuck. Too late now. But or they ignore that because why you moving on from me? Stay here and be my little guy friend. Yeah, that's what it sounds like she's doing. It's just like no, you're still like my bestie. You be my best friend. But he told you like he's trying to. He needs to be with someone who respects him enough, and not it's not respect. It's not respect, who trusts him enough, who like has enough faith in him to make a relationship. She didn't have enough faith in him for it to be a relationship. She was like, no, we can we went on dates. She didn't even say, or did she say like if they did any type of kissing whatsoever? Let me see. We were better off as friends, so stayed really close friends, best friends, you could say. Like adding it makes it worse. I'm reading it back. Basically, we dated for a year. We realized we were better off as friends. Okay, haha. Well, we gave it the old college try. Really close friends. Yep, yep. We're close friends, and it didn't work out, but at least we're still friends. Best friends, you could say. Alright, nigga, damn. Like, you don't have to keep layering it. You don't have to keep adding on. We get it. It didn't work. Y'all are friends, and you have put him in your pocket. Wait, women don't get pockets in their dresses for some reason. Well, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like we get it. Like he's in the palm of your hand, and you do not want to let go. And you see him like slipping out. It's like you didn't wish me a Merry Christmas. What's wrong with you? Like that's what it's coming off as. I just talked to Isaiah about this. As long as she knows her place, she can stay. And that's cool, but that's what I'm saying. Like she's not coming off. She's not coming off as she knows her place because he verbally said, "New woman, let's be like you got to be chill." She's not being chill. She keeps hitting him up. Exactly. That's what she's being. It's not even the new girl. Like this girl making the post seemed very territorial. We get it. It didn't work out. That's your friend. The best of friends. So let that shit go. Y'all are friends. Don't worry about like if he's not available at this time immediately. And if he's not answering, then he's not answering. He's probably with his girl. He may not be answering. He might have you on mute, shawty. Like when I'm gonna say this, like me and my ex, when we were out together, if I was with my friend, it actually happened one time. I was out with my friend. I was just like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna get back to you in a little bit. I'm out with my friend, so and so. And she was like, okay, okay, that's cool. As long, yeah, I trust you. I trust you. Some women don't have that trust. Some of them just don't. And I was going to make a better point, but I kind of got lost. But yeah, she's being very territorial. Oh, I was saying like about him not answering the phone. When I was out with my ex, my phone either was in my pocket or my phone stayed on the table. I was fully invested into whatever we were talking about. Sure, I might take a picture of her or the food we were eating, but I was fully invested in her. I wasn't like answering calls and texts in that moment. Trust you, man, not these bitches. That's the golden rule. Exactly. But she's showing her ass. The person making the OP is showing her ass. Like she's trying to have some say in his life, and that's just not it. She's trying to have some say, and that is not the case. She doesn't need any say. She doesn't have any say. Yeah, your friend didn't answer the phone. Oh, boo fucking who? Go watch some TV. Like you're mad because he's being serious with this girl, and you can't have what you used to have. And I know you're upset about what you. Not even that I know you're upset, right? It was important enough for you to say that y'all dated back in 2022, about to be 3 years ago. So he clearly still means something to you in that aspect, but you gotta let that shit go. He's off with new people. He's still your friend. He hit you up. He responded. He's still your friend, but shit. All right. I thought that was gonna be the last one, but this is fun. I saw a YouTube video about this playing out. When I find out, I'll send it to you, Key. The possessiveness was real. Yeah, send me that. I want to see that. Let me move this over a little bit. Oh no, you're cropped. There we go. I'm gonna do another because this is actually really fun. Getting the right type of question is fun. Okay, all right. Okay, so let me ask y'all this, right? Do y'all want me to do one that could get me canceled, or do y'all want y'all want me to play it safe? I only read the title. Um, I only read the title. I didn't see anything about the description. I'm gonna ask y'all. Play safe. They're not gonna cancel you. Yeah, I don't have enough views to get canceled, but I'm gonna I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. Let's see. Let's find another. How to meet people. I want a job. A roommate keeps farting on my boots every. What the fuck? What? All right, let's try to. Okay, so video capture device. Let's lock that because that is funny as shit. I'm gonna try to read it from here because I can't see shit. It was in my office crying. All right, here we go. Here we go. Roommate keeps farting on my boots every day. How do I bring this up? I, a 24-year-old male, live in northeastern Ohio and have a roommate, 25, who was assigned to me by our landlord. I work 60 hours a week, so I'm pretty much in and out of the apartment, just trying to keep things running smoothly. My roommate and I don't really talk much, makes sense, but we've never had any issues. He's clean, quiet, and aside from the occasional loud gaming session, I have no complaints. But recently, something weird has been happening. I know, right? It's just stupid. Since crime has been rising in our area, I installed a Ring doorbell camera. No big deal. Well, the landlord recently asked all tenants to take off their shoes in the entryway and keep them on a shared rack. Our personal shoe rack is inside our apartment by the door. Why would they ask that?